What is going on, guys? And look at this. Look at what you see. What do you see? You see both of us together. It's not just Eugene. I didn't get a chance to fix it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. We were in the same classroom together all day. And now here we are next to each other, which is a rarity, guys. Welcome to the Geek Saga. It is Wednesday, 7:30-ish. We're getting closer, though. We are.
We're not.
We are. Look, it's only off by we're off by 4
still
minutes.
On average, it's 7:36.
All right. Well, it's 7:30, guys, on a Wednesday. Two salty veterans, as always, here that absolutely love everything geek, and we have a special guest tonight. We're really excited tonight to have him on. We're gonna have a lot of fun with him also because we're gonna kind of get him into this week in geek history. But let's start off by talking about where can you find us? Where can you find us?
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch at The Geek Saga. Also, you can find us at thegeeksaga20@gmail.com. And you can find us at thegeeksaga.com, where all of the things we do here tonight will upload within an hour.
Yeah, it's about an hour.
Yeah.
About an hour. So
if you did not get enough of us
God.
tonight, you could go there and watch us again.
Look at that, dude. My hair's that's straight hat hair. It's from wearing the PC.
I wish you had a hat face, so I didn't have to look at it.
Shut up. At least it's not as bad as Kaler's.
Oh.
But I don't know if he's watching. He might be watching. I better not say anything. Okay, he's not watching. All right. But you guys also, what's going on, Lupe and Jessica? Welcome, you guys. I'm glad you guys are here to be here with our guests. And also, guys, hey, we need to.
Yeah, he definitely has a face for radio, Lupe.
Thanks, Lupe. I love you. I love you too, man. You're always there to boost me up and all that other stuff. But let's start off with talking about our affiliates. Boom, Ulanzi. Great company, great gear. If you guys, again, I mean, I always say this, the lights that are lighting us up right now, the one light that we have here is Ulanzi. The other ring light is not, but we have one that lights up color. And then I got a lot of those at home that lights up that whole setup that I got there. The rig that's on my camera, everything that most of the stuff we have is Ulanzi. Great place. Click on our link tree and you'll check out our affiliate link. I can't talk.
And if anybody knows someone at Five Below, hit us up because we use a lot of their cheap ring lights.
Hey, you know what? They work though. They do. They're great. But if you want to help us out, go on to Ulanzi, click on that affiliate code. You buy from them, you help us also. So check out their gear. We also have the Roosevelts. Wow, I just noticed how bad that looks. That does not look good. I got to change that out.
Like you, it's a product of the 70s.
Shh. No. Well, actually, I am the end of the 70s. But still, it was a good year. It was a good year.
Okay.
So the Roosevelts, guys, they've got some amazing shirts. They're button-up shirts. They've got a lot of awesome licenses like Marvel, Disney, Universal, and the list goes on and on of all the licenses they have. They look great on these guys. They look average on us, but they're great shirts. They've got a lot of stretch. So like even our guest could wear it when he's doing all his sweet moves that he does. I watched the videos. I got to say he's got some cool moves along with some other guys that we've been watching. But check out their shirts. Go to roosevelts.com. They're not an affiliate, but tell them we sent you. Maybe Mike will finally notice us again because he's a really cool guy. But after that one sweatshirt, did you see that video?
No. I don't watch a lot of the videos, man.
It's supposed to be for working out, and it's literally a hoodie that goes to your ankles. And he was
we were talking about
that. And he put his phone down there, and it looks like he's scratching his balls because he's trying to grab his phone. God, this is a bad endorsement for these guys, but
looking like Scrooge from
he looked like Gargamel. He was wearing...
Nice.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Mike.
Anyway, someone sent you, and he looks like Gargamel.
Wild Bill Soda. Hey, check them out, guys. Veteran owned, veteran operated, great company. They've got a lot of great flavors. If you go to cons, you will find their like most cons. The bigger ones they definitely are at, but they look like chuck wagons, and you can pour out their drinks from there. Great drinks, awesome company, great flavors. I actually now saw them at, if you guys have a FYE nearby, you can pick up that the Rocket Pop flavor along with Ring Pop flavor. I can't say I've tried them, but I don't know if I'd really want to. Yeah, it doesn't. It sounds. I don't know. But check them out. Go to wildbillsodas.com and you can get them. Oh, and last one, Renegade Game Studios, which is an affiliate of ours. Check them out. Check out their games. They've got a lot of great games. You've got G.I. Joe, Transformers, My Little Pony, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, all kinds of great IPs, and they're all role-playing and also deck building. As you see, the Transformers one, I do have that one, which is really cool. I would still want to get this.
One comes with little figs, right?
Yeah, the figures are pretty sick looking. They're pretty detailed for what they are. So I got to get the G.I. Joe one, though. So that is it for our affiliates and our, I guess you can say, friends. We do want to announce that I will be at Golden Apple this Saturday for a free comic book day. We were hoping that we can both be there, but
work happens.
And that's what always ruins it for us. But get out there, guys. We're going to be going live in the podcast theater. It is brought to you by the Geek Saga and Golden Apple. So we're really excited about that, dude.
I think it should be the Golden Apple and the Geek Saga. It's their event. We're just kind of.
Well, they said I can put ours as top bill. So, dude, I'm taking what I can when I can. Shoot, it's gonna be a big old banner, but it's gonna be really cool. They've got Pink's Hot Dogs. That's gonna be providing hot dogs. You can go over there and they'll be giving out comic books free at 4 different locations. He's got a scavenger. He's got a lot of great things going on. It's not just going to be us there. It's going to be 5 other podcasts, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys can see us live. If you want to take a picture with me, I'll be all day long for you guys. All day.
No charge. He's not charging.
All day, $60. $60 for
no one likes him that much.
Selfies, and I'll even give you an autograph.
And you don't need to ask him for a picture if you're just
you want a picture of this face.
No,
yes, you do. It's great. But get down there, guys. It's from 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock at, again, Golden Apple on Melrose. They've been around forever. They're an awesome comic book store. They actually opened their doors in 1979. You know that there's 2 great events that happened that bookend the year I was born. Star Wars and Golden Apple. There you go. Man, yeah, my hair is just all jacked up tonight. Oh, that's annoying.
It's been like that all day.
No, I know. But all right, guys. So that's it for that. So I guess we should bring in we're going to bring in our guest. You want to handle that? I'll handle this. Oh, damn. We already got 8 comments. Who else is talking? Oh, your cousin, Josh.
What's up, man?
What's going on, Josh?
Thanks for joining us.
And actually, we got through it quicker. I'm proud of me. Thank you. All right. All right, guys. So we are seriously excited to bring on our guests. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm going to let Mr. Robinson handle all the intro for this one. And here we go.
Who could that be? Let's see. This is how you answer a door in
Geek Saga.
Who is it? Come on!
What's going on, Gene Freeman?
Wow. That was great. Was not ready. When you described, I had something totally different in mind. That was great. That was man.
You know what?
Bravo. Y'all use that a lot?
Yeah.
Who got to know?
I remember seeing that for the very first time when I was literally 8 or 9 years old. And it cracked me up then, and it still to this day cracks me up. And it's part of the whole best of Eddie Murphy on his Saturday Night Live video. Oh my gosh, dude!
See,
if you haven't
seen that, I didn't get to know any of his Saturday Night Live stuff. I know about his stand-up comedy. That's how I know of him. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Didn't see that coming.
If you get a chance, go back and watch his SNL stuff.
Oh my
He's
god,
hilarious.
he is.
Okay, I think he does the James Brown, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hot tub one. He's all getting in the hot tub.
Yeah. But he
All my people
does,
did.
yeah, he does Buckwheat sings the hits, and he sings
Oh my god,
greatest, like R&B. Yeah, he's like looking for love and all the bone pieces. Oh, dude, it's hilarious.
oh my
Wow.
god.
with the hair and everything.
Yep.
And everything, dude.
Oh wow.
And-
That's,
Yeah.
okay.
And then there was this whole thing with him that it was, but we got shot. And it was, they like recreated like it was the Ronald Reagan assassination attempt.
Okay. Okay.
And throughout this video, they keep coming back to it, and it's Chevy Chase. Okay, and here we go. And we forward and rewind it. And you see Buckley going, oh, and then they go, what? And then they just keep
Oh,
doing
wow.
it through the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's
funny.
hilarious. You gotta, it's funny. Oh my God. So, Gene,
Yes. I got
welcome to the show. You are, and we are getting one of our guests or one of our viewers that says loves your shirt, or is it my shirt?
Oh, thank you. This is mine.
Yeah.
This is one of my originals. Big Bro.
One of your own, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's something I'm creating. It's called Big Bro. So thank you. If you
Oh,
you want to get one, I have a link. You can check it out.
can you stand up? Let me see more of it.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, let's see that thing.
Pause.
I thought he was in
Yeah.
PJs.
Oh, man. Hey, I'm glad you got some pants.
Hey, stand up. Let me see some more. Let me just see. This is like OnlyFans. Hey, here you go. Get it from the side. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I hear
That
Cat
is
Williams
actually-
now. He's like, he's not wearing a dress. He's not wearing a dress.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
so-
pretty sick.
I did some stuff on the side. This says Cage, and then I did like an actual Big Bro there, and then so I have this one here. Hold on one second. I even got some hoodies,
Okay.
some backpacks that just came in.
Oh, shoot. That looks
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, you know.
nice.
But yes, thank you. Something I wanted to start getting into. I'll tell you a lot about it. My parents, we had a comic book store growing up, so in that space, it was just comics all the time, movie rentals, and my parents were very creative. My mom could draw, sing, and so she was always animated about us, going about being creative. So I started creating and then start framing. I'm like, oh, I was blessed with some really cool stuff, and people like you responding to it lets me know I'm on the right track. So I like that.
I would totally put that, like, we just created some posters for
Okay.
the side bids that I've been doing, and they're vinyl. And it was, we could talk offline, and I can tell you that they're not that expensive to produce, and
Okay.
you could have it in 24 hours, and it's
Oh,
right there in
wow.
Green, from a place
Hey.
called Green Banners. 24 hours turnover.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
let
but-
me get that.
Yeah, but all right. So, Gene,
Yes.
give us a rundown. So you were born, you pretty much lived in a comic book store all your
Yep.
your childhood till
Yep.
now, and now you're actor, and you done some stunts too. I saw that on your reel in your
Yep.
Instagram. And tell me everything you've been on. Like, let's go. Let's get the nitty gritty.
Wow.
All right.
I'm so glad we have IMDb, because with IMDb we can
That's true.
pull up. I got a nice roster between the acting and the stunt performing. Those two I've really been blessed to merge together. So I mean, I've worked on Mandalorian season 1 and 2. I got to play characters from Aliens, and I also got to double at the same time that's how I got to really get to know Carl Weathers. And like, he gave me like one of the awesomest gems ever, because I have to tell this story, and I
Go for
respect it. So I met Carl where you're talking. I don't know if you guys can cuss on this show. I don't know if
Yeah.
We're on the
PG.
internet.
No, you're good.
Cool, because just in case it pops, I apologize. I
Oh,
cuss.
man,
you
we
know,
can
just so you
barely
know.
take it in.
But yeah, so I meet Carl. We're talking about films, and I'm learning that he's also being a director. He's done all these other things, and I remember the second season, and he's directing, and I was like in this space for myself where I'm trying to figure out, because everyone wants to tell you what you can and can't do. You only can pick one. You can only do this. You can only do that. And I was just it's been on my heart that I was just not built that way. I've seen so many people, like my mother and my father, like they weren't just parents, they were also business owners. They also had not just one business, but multiple. And yet somehow in some way they figured out how to make this work. But but when you go into the world, or you start being around other people, they'll tell you, You can't do this. You can only be one thing. What's that one thing you want to be? Focus on your A plan, you know. But then you'll talk to somebody else who they don't have an A plan, have a B, have an A and a B. And then you'll have a person say A, B, and a C. And you're like, you know, I look at it like kids. You know, when you have more than one kid, some people have more than one kid and be fine. Some people are gonna have like 4, and you're like, ooh, I could only do 2, maybe two. You know, everybody's different. And so when I was talking to Carl and I was like in this space, I was like trying to figure it out. And I was like, don't you find it? First of all, I was like, did you know you were going to be directing? He's like, of course, man. Yeah, I'm going to be directing. I knew that was in the contract. Like, oh, okay, Carl. Oh, and he going his business, okay? Because he has one of those like authoritative voices where you just shut up and listen. He's like, okay. Yeah, you like, you know, there is no tomorrow. You felt that at Crafty. He was like, damn, all right, Carl. Just, you know, and I remember I told him, I was like, hey, man, you know, you have some of the most iconic deaths in movie history. He's like, fuck that, I ain't dying no more. Damn that shit. I was like, okay, Carl, yeah, my bad. I'm dying. I'm dying in this. I was like, I see, you know. But I remember and I asked him, I said, hey, but don't you find it hard to direct and act at the same time? He stopped me. And I don't know if you guys watch Hero Academia or any of those anime shows where like the hero tells the hero on the journey something like Deku, and it's like in that moment, so much is happening. I saw so much lining up for my next 5 years or what I'd be doing, whatever I was going to agree to in this moment. And he says, you can do it. It is easy. Watch me. And when he did it, and he said that, I co-signed. I didn't even say, you know, no, Carl, I don't know what's up, man. You're crazy. And I was like, you're right. I believe you. And then after that, like I shot something where it had me doing like action, and I action designed it. I hired my buddy to do the previs. I had wire guys come in, do wires. I had, you know, I'm all of a sudden I'm dictating, I'm doing all these things, and it's working, and I'm coming in acting. And I'm like, oh wow, you know. So I became a person you just can't put in a box. I'm more like a jackknife. I'm more like, you know, someone who you see more than one way to do something, and it's like you give birth to this thing. Now you do this thing. Like you guys have this podcast. Watch what it blooms into from there, you know, because you've already developed, you know, you're on that journey. It's like a hero's journey, you know, it just never ends. It's just like a question of what choice you want to make. And once you're rooted in that, can't no one take it. But it's funny how people will try, you know.
Damn, you had an All Might moment.
Yeah,
with him.
I did. That shit hit in the chest. Yeah.
You listening to the story and just you saying that and the way it's just like, damn, we can do anything.
You
take over the world.
Yeah, it's really about, you know, if we use like a matrix term of it, you know, everybody's different, but like once you have what's your core, whatever that is, can't no one shake that but you. It's like you have to believe. It's like an addiction. Like if you want to break that addiction, it has to be in here. It doesn't matter what's going on out there. Like if you don't believe it, if you don't want to drink the Kool-Aid, like you're not going to do it. You know, I'm just blessed enough where I'm around people who are crazy enough, who believe in like doing. And you're like, oh, look at Lauryn Hill. She can sing, she can dance, she can act. Look at a Jamie Foxx. He can imitate everyone. He can do comedy. He can do music. So when I'm in school, I'm like, oh, well, I could do that. I could sing that song. Well, I can do that dance. I'm like, hey, it's just in me, you know. And it's like embracing those gifts. And then you get somewhere in life, and you might have somebody who tell you, oh, you know, you shouldn't do that. Oh, that podcast wasn't as good as that last one. I don't know. And then you believe that you let that little bit of water, that little bit of poison seep in your shit, you know, because you didn't share your dream a little too soon with a motherfucker. And then all of a sudden now they taping your stuff, as opposed to you like, here you got the right person next to you, and you got this great thing that you guys are building. You both are seeing it because you're both in it. And it's like nothing you can't do. You know, that's a beautiful thing.
That is, man, geez.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on the show, because that was
my bad.
You drop the mic and you're like, all right.
My bad. Hey, I was told I was supposed to speak to the people at one point when I was young. I was told that. So I'm like, I just want to be about my purpose. So any chance I get to like use my gift, I'm like so thankful, man. So like for y'all to even reach out to me, I was like, oh, this is a blessing. So I got to do it.
Well, it's because I saw the cover of Chris Alex's movie.
My brother.
Yeah, that's your brother, right?
Yes, my real. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, my real brother, not half brother, not some brother.
Real
brother. Brother.
So,
Yes.
So I kid you not. We're getting ready at Chatsworth to do an interview, and he's all like, "So what's your name?" I'm all, "It's Eugene." He's all like, "I got a brother named Gene." I was like, "Really?" He's all like, "Yeah, you should talk to him." And we started talking, and then we went through our interview. But yeah, so that's what led me towards going. And plus, I saw the cover for the movie, Get the Girl.
Yep.
And that's what I was all like, shoot, we should definitely have this guy on. And then I saw your reel, and I was all like, yeah, we're gonna have him on. I'm gonna have you on.
Thank you.
So I thought you were gonna say something.
I was, man, but I lost my train of thought. I don't know. Too many great things are happening. Oh, I was gonna say, Dennis, he's one of our guys. He started this with us. He pops on every now and then. He said, coming from Carl Weathers, it carries even more weight, like hearing what you heard. You know what I mean?
It really does.
He did so many great things, and we all comedically remember his deaths, but he played some great freaking characters too, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. And if you live some life, like if you start really getting into your purpose, that there is no tomorrow, that shit hits way different. Different. You're like, there is no tomorrow now. Like, get in it now. Like, you got to seize that moment. Yes, Carl. That's why I was like, okay.
Yes, Mr. Chubb.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
So what got you started into, I guess, what came first, acting or like some of your stunt work?
Acting came first.
Okay.
Acting came first. Yeah. I was already acting back home in Michigan. I was doing like plays. I was like during like when Tyler Perry's doing like a lot of the plays, there were a lot of people who were like inspired to do plays like that. So they started doing traveling circuits. And so I started doing plays there. I was always doing stuff in school. That was actually one of the first things I started doing creatively besides drawing. Was I was in school and I was so creative. They're like, they'd put me in programs. They'd put me in stuff where I'm like, let me use my imagination. Let me do this. I was playing soldiers and I got to play Martin Luther King, of course, because I was the only black kid in the class. So kind of like a no-brainer. You know, I mean, I would have played, you know, Reagan or something too, just to throw it up, just a little spice. But no, I got, but yeah, so I was always doing that first. So that came first. So even when I came here, actually technically music would have came first, then acting, then stunts, then camera, then the stunts, because I was shooting and learning how to shoot and stuff. And that opened a lot of doors for me in the stunt world. And so I was able to like really actually shout out to Gio for that, because he's one of the first projects I got to do B camera work on and stuff. So on a short film, which is really cool. So yeah, that's how that kind of all started first.
And then how did you roll into stunts? Because I mean,
yeah, I didn't want to suck on camera. I saw a lot of suckage. Pause. And in those spaces, like they hey man, Cam and Mace might be watching this, bro. I can't slip. I mean, I could have said no Diddy, but I didn't. I kept it on the pause. But
just reference that at the house, man. He just sent me the video of like no homo pause, like no homo pause.
See, that's the thing. I think someone got smart because they felt like the no homo, like back in Michigan, that's what you would have said. But I think it didn't age well, and someone was smart to just throw pause. Like just take a second. What did you say? So it could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be like insinuating gay. It's like, hold on, what'd you say? One more time. Yeah. You doing what?
But it carries over from the I think that's a Boondocks reference, though.
Yeah. There's a shout out to Carl Jones and Aaron Magruder. I got to work with both those gentlemen on his book. Aaron had a book, and he was like, "Fuck this book," and so like that's when I got to meet Carl and all these other people. And he's like, "Yeah, we in Barnes and Nobles," because his name was Tube Steak, and so I was part of the crew. And then so it was a fun time. It was a lot of that's crazy that you referenced that. Yeah, but I don't even know what the hell I was saying. See, that's how when you pause, it takes you a minute. You think. I might have went down the wrong path.
Oh my God! We're doing a lot of suckage, and then you hit us with the pause.
That's crazy. Again, the fact that you remembered. See, if I didn't pause, we would have missed all that. See, now that's it. The suckage. I didn't want to suck. I think did I say suckage? You said suckage. I said suckage.
No, you said suckage.
I didn't say suckage. We're gonna play this back. I'll give y'all a free T-shirt if I said suckage. I think
You said
you might be
said-
using the force. You might be using the force.
You
feel
said
I saw a lot of suckage. Pause.
Oh, okay, yeah. I stole your shirt. You're right. I will send y'all both. I'll pick y'all sizes. Got y'all. That okay. Yes, I did not want to suck on stage. I saw a lot of people. Yes, I know. I feel it now. Because they could do only so much, and the egos were super big. And I felt like the level of what people were doing to cater, I was just like, I really want to just be able to do a lot more myself. And then I saw movies like, a lot of Tom Cruise, Nicolas Cage, Will Smith. And I was like, man, I want that. I still have not had that Tom Cruise moment running just top speed. Just, I'm gonna get whatever I'm gonna get. Like, I'm close. I got to work on the Orville, and they had me running in like Mammoth. That was great. I was in an alien suit, and I was hauling, and they said, you got to slow down. I was like, God. It's like, then they said you got to slow down. I was in the Caribbean, still had to slow down. It's like, run through the jungle and do it through the ice. Yeah, ice. Like, I remember Phil. I remember you said do the eyes, and I was running my eyes out. Still had to slow down, but that's my goal. But I would watch those shows, and I was like, I want to do that. Action Jackson. I know once I realized that Carl didn't flip over the car, I knew that I was like, okay, I want to be able to figure out how much I can do, and and to be in that space with those people, like, they're the unsung heroes. Like, there's so much humility that goes in there. Like, there are some who got some egos, but there are a lot that sacrifice so much just to get a moment, just to get an opportunity, and a person could look at them and be like, I did all the stunts, I did all the work, and they just have to shut up and be like, okay, all right. They can, they're the ones that come in. Some of them can come in and give you 50 beats of choreo. And you're just like, the only person who could do it is that person. You're looking at people who are like champions of the champions, Olympians. Like, so when I'm coming in the game, I'm not an Olympian, but I'm an Olympian in the creativity world. I'm an Olympian. You put a camera in my hand, like that camera, because I could tell stories, because all I did growing up in a comic book store that had movie rentals and video games, all I'm doing is watching stories. All I'm doing is and I'm not watching. And it not to downplay anyone's experience, but I was living in the suburbs, so our clientele was mainly white. So the movies that we were watching was like, Godfather, Goodfellas, like a lot of the Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, Indiana Jones. Like my cousins, like I remember one time me and my cousin got in an argument. I was like, they wanted to go see New Jack City. I wanted to go see Ninja Turtles. It was. I was like, there's like, man, Nino would shoot all them turtles up. Man, no, they can't, because Leonardo would do this. And then, the music was different. Like, so even when I would picture music to my stuff, I have a totally different palette, as opposed to like my cousins. They used to love to hate to come to my house because I had all the fresh shit. Like, I had 2 Nintendo, I had Super Nintendos, I had PlayStation. We just had a lot of stuff. And it was like, because we had a store, we had clientele, you had collectibles, so it was like the place you wanted to be. That one cousin that had all the cool shit, and in that space, I'm like learning about movies, I'm learning about cinematography, and all of these things. So when I put my shit together, it has a different feel to it, has a different energy to it. So when I'm not competing with these people, I'm in the same arena. I can go with someone who's top at this level with this, because I can capture and do this. I'll figure out a way, I'm a jack of all. You can put a drone in my hand. I can get the shot with a drone. I've done that. I've done documentaries on the fly. Like, I remember for Dan Bilzerian, I was with him for a month and a half. And not only did I do photography, not taking stills from a video, I'm in the back shooting Lance Armstrong, shooting an assault rifle. I'm actually capturing them riding the bike. And then I can go fly the drone and then capture the winning shot as you ride up the hill into your luxurious California mansion all the way from, Vegas. I'm that person who you can put in a room and tell. It doesn't matter if it's action, if it's acting, if it's picking up a camera. Chad Stahelski, I got to train with him and listen to these guys. And he said, he's like, in front of this camera, you're acting. Doesn't matter if you're doing stunts. And for someone like me, that resonated, because there's a lot of people in the stunt community where they like, you only do this. You only do stunts. You know how to, in the end, say to do stunts, that means you know how to drive. That means you got to know how to rig. You got to know how to not only set a fight, also how to fall. You know how to teach it to your act. Like you have to know how to ride a horse. You know, all the other things. Like that's what a stunt man or stunt woman is to me. So even for me, I'll say stunt actor. I find a hybrid because out of respect for those who like literally laid their lives on. Like I know people who can flip a car and still get out okay. I saw a person jump off of, you know, and for the fall guy for me to do jump from thing to thing, and then just tumbled and said, "Hey, hit the mark." I was like, "That's different." You know, that's they're bred into that. I was bred into fantasy, so I could stay in that space. You know,
That's crazy.
yeah.
I've noticed quite a few stunt actors. You can, like, I'm going to use your word, stunt actors now that are starting to really come out. Like we know David Chung, who he's very soft-spoken dude, really nice guy, all positive. It's like the last time we talked to him, I was just like, God, David, you're too positive for me, because it's just like it's
Too much
spewing out. Yeah, it's spewing out of the camera. But he's now wanting to get into, like you, more acting, getting in front of the camera, not just getting thrown in front of the camera, but actually acting in front of it. And there's so many other guys that are starting to do that, because it's like you can cross over. You like you said, you're still an actor, no matter what.
And that, again, so for me, it was like, I was like, I want to be an actor who could hold my own. I want to be able, hey, if Keanu can do 50 beats, I want to see how many beats, what's the Gene Freeman beat? What does that look like? And to be in that space and to understand that language and, and have that mentality. And it only helps me that much better as an actor, because like the more I've submerged myself where I can get it in my body like a dancer, then I can tell that story just like also with my words. So I can, I remember working on the Black Noise. I got brought in. He's like, I did the opening scene for the horror film. They could keep the camera rolling because I had the training and did all this other stuff around it. Had I just been just a straight actor, they would have had to have someone else in addition to me. And that would have I might have had an opportunity, might not. Who knows? But the fact that I was like, I could do both and they could just keep the camera on. There was stuff that they didn't even get to keep in the film because they were like, oh, the cameraman didn't expect. I was like, hey, man, just pull back, be wide, brother. I did this move. I rolled out, pulled out the gun, bop, 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 bop. And they was like, oh, but it was, and even the camera, I knew the camera because I had a version of it. So it's like, it's like Tom Cruise. Like I didn't go to school. I went to life. I was blessed to be around people that they did not pull any punches. They let me know if something sucked. Shout out to Billy Washington. He passed away, an amazing stunt coordinator, a cowboy, father. Like this guy, like when I was living in my car, if for a short period of time, this guy, like his story just inspired me, because I didn't even know like he did so many films. Like he on Low Down Nerdy Shame, he's the guy that does the thing and falls down. Yeah, like on the like in the mall, like that's him. He's teaching Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne how to do the scene. Eat the cake anime, like he's the guy. Like that, and for him to give me my first shot on a stunt job, he told me, hey, I'm not hiring you because you're phenomenal. I'm hiring you because you got the heart to get up and do it again. That resonated with me, because I was like, okay, because like you train, and he would tell me when you're going to train in a Jam, when you're training at 8711, when you're training at 87 North, when you're training at Tempest, you're training at all these places. You got to remember, a lot of these people are already coming from being a champion of something, and then they're just putting it into film. You're coming in from wherever you're coming from, and you're putting it into film. And so you got to know where like horses. I remember one time, one of my agents, not this one, they love me and they're smart. Shout out to DDO, shout out to Darren, CEG. They try to put me in for a horse. I was, riding a horse. I was like, first of all, because they say with actors can do anything. Oh, you an actor? Oh, I can ride a horse. Oh yeah, put me on a horse. No. You don't just put me on a horse. Okay, that's not how that works. I told my buddy, he's like, take your name off that. He's like, if they put you in there, take it off. Because the horse, you can't play with a horse. A horse will kill you. You break your shoulder. And for what? Or if you can't do a move 100 times, if that's not your mentality, like actors don't have, they might have that mentality with the lines, but not all of them have that with their body. To hit the mark every time, and the cameraman might miss it, light might mess up, who knows? You might have a director that just loves multiple takes. Can you do that? And I wanted to be like Batman. I wanted to go to this person. I wanted to go to that person. I'm like a chimera. I wanted to see what all the things I could mix up, so there would be no excuse about what I could contribute to the situation, whether it's writing, whether it's acting, whether it's shooting. I just wanted to make sure that I was well versed with an answer. You know, I don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but I can at least tap the motherfucker on the shoulder. Hey, I'm in here.
Yeah, again, you just like we don't have to say anything. You've got it. I mean, everything you're saying is just, I mean, it's amazing. It's not just good advice, but it's amazing advice to give to people that want to do this stuff, or even just in general with your life. Hey,
yeah,
you don't have to be the best, but just let them know, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here. Like, you're the best at something.
Yeah,
whatever that is, and own it. Like, that was the thing. Like, I knew that creatively I was good. Like, from the music, I learned from the music. Like, because first I was just a singer. That was it. I didn't want to do anything else but sing. But then there'd be opportunities where I had to write. I learned how to write. Then rap. I didn't want to rap, but because I went to a party, it was all black kids, and this one white dude decided to stick out and point at me and then rapped at me, and they were like, "You got to rap," and I was like, "I don't rap." They was like, "Well, you can't sing at them. We don't do that." And I was like, "Okay, I got to learn how to rap." And then God blessed me with the coolest people to learn how to rap from. It felt like a kung fu flick. I learned how to rap, you know, and then like I just kept going in beats, and I just learned to make production, and I started producing, and then I started traveling. And then it was like I just understood more. So when I came here, we already had a CD we were selling. We already had music. I already had artists that were hitting me up. And it was like, okay, how do you do this acting thing? And then, you know, then someone said, hey, you should go to Central Casting. What's Central Casting? I go to Central Casting. You know, I'm prayed up. I'm ready to go. I believe what I believe. I'm rooted. I get my SAG in like on the same movie, The Die Hard. I almost get lines but they said I was too tall. Like all these things happened at one. Like that's how I knew like this was my purpose. Because even though there was like turmoil, there's something going on, I never looked at it like it was turmoil. I never saw it as a struggle. It's like a fish in water. The deeper they go, like they're used to it. They're just moving, you know, to their destination. Yeah. And I felt that. Like acting coaches would be like, you know, what if you don't get your SAG in the first year? I'm like, okay, 3 years, okay, 5 years, okay. I was like, what I should have said is going to come sooner than later. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna get it, because if that's that's destined for me, I'm gonna get what's destined for me, you know.
So Dennis chimed in and said, "We need that Gene Freeman rap montage." I just when you said it's like one of those kung fu montage, all that I pictured was do you remember, what was it? No Retreat, No Surrender?
Yes.
From the 80s.
Yes,
I pictured that montage. Yeah, but I pictured that montage. I don't know why, going through my head, and the guy's just like fighting, and he's got who was like that old dude that, huh?
It's funny because I pictured breaking when Turbo and Ozone are teaching the girl how to dance.
That's hilarious.
That's what I pictured in my head. When
I would have been the girl. I would have been the girl. Hey guys, I'm gonna teach you how to rap. Oh, that's great.
But you know what I mean? Those are the things we see.
Yeah,
we're old heads, man. Like, I
love it.
We're old. we go to the 80s stuff right away, because that's those 80s montages were like the best.
Yes, the 80s, 90s, like that. I love the fact that my parents had the movie rentals, because the 80s, 90s movies, those were like the ones that I got like the most out of. That they're like, I learned so much, you know, from Steve Martin. Like, I didn't really watch a lot of action films right away. It was like romantic comedies. I was watching Steve Martin, Tom Hanks, Robert De Niro. Like, I was watching a lot, like, you know, earlier stuff like that. John Lithgow, like, you know, Robert Williams. You know, so I'm watching these type of shows, and so the comedy is different for me too. You know, just the vibe and how you interact with women, and you know, I didn't get to the, you know, the other stuff like the Superflies and all the other shit until later, or when I go into the city. I was like, what is this? Like, hey baby, come in. I was like, I can't watch this. What is this? It's love. I love you. No, you don't, fool.
No, we send it through email. Isn't that how we're supposed to do it? We're supposed to, you know, send emails to each other. And
you know, I'm like,
we'll meet at the top of the tower.
You know, I'm doing, you know, city slickers. I'm doing that. I'm doing different, you know. You know, so that's why I'm not even getting with the ladies. You know, black girls is not feeling me. It's like you are not cool. I remember one time because I live in the suburbs, so there's like only a handful of black kids. So I was like, hey, there's only 2 black girls. I was like, we got to get together. At least one of us. It's like everybody hates Chris. She was like, no, I'm gonna wait till high school. I'm good. No, you're not the one. I was like, but I am the one because there's no one else here. It's just me and you. Like, you got to mark yes just off GP. Like, she's like, nah, I'm gonna wait till high school. Then high school comes, and they're like, you know, there's other high schools. We're not. No, I'm just no. Luckily, the music kicked in, and once that kicked in, it changed the game. It was like, oh, how you doing? Oh, you sing? You can sing? Oh my goodness, how you doing? Yeah, oh, how you doing? But I couldn't say I did anime. They didn't like anime like that back then. Like the white girls loved anime. Yeah, they're like, oh, that is so cool. Like I'm like, hey, and then you know, we were both experimenting. I was trying to figure out, you know, what was real in the movies and what was real life. They were doing the same, you know. My mom told me, she's like, hey, look, you're gonna represent your whole race. Okay. Just know when you go to school, they're gonna try everything. And you know, Dad said the same, hey, look, don't let them rub your head. You know, so in the first thing, hey, look, in high school, I'll never forget. This motherfucker literally was like, hey, let me rub your head for good look. I was like, I'll bust your ass. That was the most hoodest I have 2 hood moments that came out in high school. That was one of them. I felt they all stopped. It was like higher learning, but in high school, it was like, Gene? I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
You see, I don't know. It was right here. I don't know. It came from the chest. You know.
Oh
you know?
my God.
But yeah, it was like it was just like so crazy, just living in the suburbs and having that different experience from the music to the people, you know. Because and then the crazy thing is once I moved to the city, it was just as bad. I still fought. I fought between the suburbs and the city. I fought so much. That's probably what brought in that. That's why I told Carl. I said, you know what? Because I watched. I'm gonna get you started. It was Action Jackson, and it was the line. Now you done pissed me off. Anytime he said that, that's when he started winning the fight. He'd be like, bop, bop, bop. And I was like, okay, all right. So I got the lethal weapon jump kick from Mel Gibson. I got that. Okay, and I'm gonna do this move I'm gonna say these words, and then I'm gonna throw because my dad liked to watch kung fu flicks. It took so long to get into kung fu flicks because all the but I would use the sound effects when I fight. So I'd be like, all right, and they'd be like, what the did he just? And then they get a hit, and I'm like, oh, now you done pissed me off. And it was like I charged up and I started beating ass again, you know, and it was just crazy. So when I learned how to rap, that's how the hip hop thing for me, it was like this guy named Joe was like, it was MSU. It was Joe and I call him Uncle Tony and my boy Sherrod. Sherrod, because of this guy, we're going to the same high school. I'm learning through him because he's all about Tupac and hip hop, and he's like a guru to me at this point because I don't listen to it. My parents was like, no, Michael Bolton, you're Michael Bolton in this house. Some Stevie, Luther, Patty, some two what? Some NW better be NWA with a root beer float. It better be something else in this house. My dad like, yep. I wish you would. You couldn't even say the N-word around my dad. That was like a trigger. You couldn't even. He literally punched whatever's in front of him. Whatever happened to him triggered him to the point where he has literally becomes a rock'em sock'em robot. Don't even matter if it's your kid. I remember he punched what'd you say? No, not in my house. No, you won't. It's Michael Bolton in here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's Def Leppard. You better play some Def Leppard.
Oh, hey, some Bon Jovi and
some Bon Jovi. I know some Bon Jovi. Like, yeah, hold on to what I know some Bon Jovi. Some Boys and Men. Like, I didn't know what Jodeci was until the girls like, you know some Jodeci? I was like, what's that? I was like, but the look you giving me, I'm gonna learn. Shoot, I'm not gonna let this moment go to waste. Well, how's it go? Write the words down. I can learn. I'll figure it out. But music, singing was my go-to. But this guy, he just rapped. I'm at a party. You know how it is. You go to a party where it's all black. It's just like the movies. If you suck, they have no problem. We let you know. You there's the barrier of fault. You have way more with other races than you do. Hell no. You got 5 seconds. Boo! Boo! Oh hell no. Did he? Girl, he can't rap. Listen to him. Oh no. Hey dog, no. You got to give me the mic. What you doing? You don't know what you're doing, man. This piece of steel. It's
Oh
rock the
my
crowd. You know that you don't. That's pressure. Like I only learned how to play spades because bones was just too much pressure. I was like, no, I got
Oh.
spades. Even that, you better cut me. You better not cut me. How many books
I
you
was
got?
I, I was taught how to play bones on a deployment with our
See,
my platoon sergeant was a very large black man. I mean, this guy
Mhm.
he was a big guy, and I messed up once. He's all like, smacked my hand and knocked the domino. He's all like, "What do you mean domino?" He's all bones. He's all, "That's what
Yeah,
playing." I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
all right. I'm sorry. I'm not
Hey,
ever
you
gonna
better learn.
hold him
Learn
right.
quick.
This is right. All right.
Yeah, yeah, you got, yeah. I was scared how the whole. Hey, no. Let me just stick to this cards. I got this.
When he says he was a big dude, he was like a black Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
That's how big
Oh,
this dude was.
oh, so the forearms.
Big old
Yo,
head,
what?
man. Like, bro, and he's knocking dominoes out your hand like it ain't nobody's business.
Better to be the
Oh, yeah.
dominoes than you. Psh, wake up.
Yeah. I made sure it was a dominoes. I didn't want to feel.
Hey.
I felt that hand before. I was all like, no, all right, we're good.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, but fix your posture. Yeah. Shout out to the big black dude. Because I thought I was big, but now I got like some bigger friends. I'm like, man, they really educated me, you know. And
You're
it wasn't
medium.
my fault. You know, I lived in something like some things just didn't register till I got back to the city, and then they educated me, and I took that back to the suburbs. And I was like, like the circle thing, like they, back in Detroit when we had to live there for like a year. We had that before you start the fight. You got to first you do the thing with the face, and then you to kind of do on shoulder to shoulder to see who really won it, and then you just do this like what you want to do, it's that, and then if you really want it, so hopefully somebody break it up by then. If they don't, then somebody got to do something because you can do this for a minute. We didn't know. We just push. Hold on, my dad said push with the fingers out. Get off me. And he's like, that's not how you do it. How you do what? That's how you start to fight. We had to learn the rules to this shit. I was like, so when I go back to the suburb, and you don't start to fight, you got to do your shoulder first. You put the shoulder here, right here. No.
Oh my god, Gene. I think we've laughed this hard and yeah, it's been a minute, dude. You're freaking hilarious.
It's true. I mean, but that's life though. So it's like when you start living life and you start doing stuff and you're at a space where you can recognize like these podcasts are so great because I can think back and like, yo, that was some crazy shit that I got used to. Like the shoulder, and then like my parents didn't want me to learn how to rap because they was like, no, you ain't about to do that. Because you know why? Because you represent your whole race. You're the first one they see. Now go to school. It's hearing that in second grade. That's a lot of pressure. Like everybody, but they weren't lying. Like they were calling us all types of things. They would change their speech. Like, yo, what's up, homie G dog? I was like, what is a homie G dog? I don't even know what that is. Is that come with relish? Is that ketchup? I'm a turtle, bro. You don't see the turtleness? I'm Raphael. Matter of fact,
there you go.
Because I was all about the turtles, at that time. I started with the turtles. So when my parents said, you represent your whole race, I'm going to let the whole race know about the Ninja Turtles. That was my mission. I was going through school like a teenage Ninja Turtle guru, writing stuff, drawing all the time. They'd be like, draw yourself. Everyone's supposed to draw themselves. Like I was supposed to be a black kid in a room full of white kids. I drew a Ninja Turtle because I was Raphael. So they called my parents. They was like, hold on, your kid has a picture of Raphael. Did he do his assignment? Did he draw? Okay, then he's a creative. Send him back to class. He don't need special class. No, you need to give him something really to do. This is what you send him. This is all he got. He's an achiever. Okay, chop. That's how they saw it. They're like, oh yeah, And meanwhile, this creativity has saved me from racism and all this other stuff. And the cool thing is thanks to that comic book store, of course we heard things we probably shouldn't have heard, but because of the movies, like you ever see Revenge of the Nerds? You ever seen that? Yeah, to watch that now, it's jail bait. That everything they did in that film, you go to jail. But I remember seeing it, and we would quote stuff from the movies, and our parents would either A, correct us or A, educate us. And so I remember one time, my brother's gonna love this. So I remember one time he said, hey, Mom, I dreamed I had a boner. And she was like, do you know Well, first of all, the fact that first of all, we got to shout out to good parenting. To hear your kid say, "Hey, mom, I had a dream. I had a boner." He's not even in 3rd grade yet. He doesn't even know. It doesn't even function properly. It doesn't even register yet. It's not even doing nothing. It's barely being in the right direction. But to hear your kid say this, you got to first keep. Okay, all right. So do you know what a boner is, son? No, of course we don't know. No. And then she says, "Well, it's because it makes when your penis gets hard." No, you know. So then now, when I'm in Okemos, and this little girl says to me, "Hey, do you know what a boner is?" I said, "You should ask your parents. You should ask your mom. I don't. I'm not going to tell you." Like, but because I already had the experience, because and so because in school, you're learning shit. You're either the kid exploring or the kid being explored. And hopefully you're the kid that's not the one to set it all off. Like, you ever been the kid that's the predator, the one that's the spin the bottle culprit, the one that says, "Hey, meet me behind the swings." You're like, that's could you imagine being the parent? You get the call. Yeah, Jenny was behind the swings. Yeah. And they pause, let that marinate. Yeah, she was behind the swings. There's 3 boys and 2 girls. There were lollipops and kisses. I just want your kid. You got that. You got Lex Luthor. You got to figure that out. That's a hard place to be, but luckily we weren't those type of kids. We were very creative, very smart. My parents raised us to be well mannered, So especially when we working in the business, sometimes we put these extra restraints on ourselves, and so we get the disrespect a little bit. But then you like, hold on, what'd you say? Hold on, wait a minute. No, you did not. But it takes some life to live, But yeah, man, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just on
Oh, it's great. Everything you're saying is.
Oh, hold on. I gotta balance it though, because I can't tell that thing about my brother and not tell the thing that I did. So there was one time I was watching a movie, and they said brewski. I was like, "Hey, mom, dad, excuse me, I'd like to have a brewski with dinner." And they looked at each other and they said, "Okay, you want a brewski? Okay." We both knew. I just knew it was a watery beverage. I had no idea. They didn't even say nothing else. They was like, "Okay." We went to Myers. If you know in Michigan what Myers is kind of like Albertsons, Trader Joe's, but it's the middle class, but upper class in Okemos, because they had the best one. The donuts always smelled fresh. The East Lansing one, that donuts sucked. You could smell the poverty in there. He was like, "Damn." Smells like ramen noodles and depression. Like,
it smells like here.
He's over here like, "Damn it, man. You're triggering me with that one. Damn, that was,
This sounds like a barracks life right there.
Oh, man. Shout out to y'all, man, because I can't imagine smelling ramen and depression all night. Hey, and then you got to go do what you got to do. Thank you. Because I'm hot. Hey, I played in the movies. It ain't the same. I go to Crafty.
I mean, if you need 2 soldiers,
hey, I'm saying
we may not be the most in shape, but we'll still look the part.
Hey, I'm just saying, as long as you know how to hold it, hey, that's all you need.
Oh, we could point and shoot all day long.
Hey, see how he said it. See how he said it. He said it's so. Oh shit! I felt the bullet. I had to move like the Matrix. Hold on, wait a minute.
Hey, we're in the
I want you on my team. I'm glad you're on my team.
Budget cuts.
Yeah.
Budget cuts.
Hey, turn up your mic. I think your mic's low.
It's not working.
Oh,
that's why I keep talking to
sorry.
Oh man,
we're adjusting our mic. But yeah, we with the guard we call it's called budget cuts. We don't have real bullets. We just go, but budget cuts, and
no, that's back in the day though when we used to do the freaking electronic stuff. What was it called?
That's right.
God. We used to wear these harnesses, and it was like laser tag.
Oh, okay.
So you would fire a blank, but it would shoot a laser at your like kit, and that shit would buzz like beep until someone came over and turned that shit off with a key. And man, we get bored because all you hear is the blank going off, bam, bam, and we start saying shit like, "Oh, budget cuts. We couldn't afford real bullets today, so budget cuts. You know what I mean?
Damn.
You get used to playing fake.
Yeah, we're very used to that.
Hey, different. Hey, again, thank you. I couldn't have played that game. I didn't even
Oh.
like. Couldn't do
Hey,
it.
it's hard to be a creative in the army, man. It's
Yeah.
a rough life.
We're still, he's almost at the end of his. He's got 18. I've got 14 years still in.
Yep.
So it's but we had to do this to get our creativeness out while we're doing
there
this.
you go. There you go. At least you're doing it, man. I think that's what it is. Like finding what your purpose is. My father always used to say, he only had a few phrases that stuck with me, but he had a couple good ones. The one of them was, nothing wrong with working for someone else, but still mind your business. Like still dig towards whatever it is that you're going to be doing, whatever that is. Like it's okay if you go work a job, because my father was always working. Everybody hates Chris. That was my dad. That dude always had a job. And he always showed up, so I always gave him props for that,
He did what he did, but he showed you how to have that work ethic, because that's getting from all this that we're hearing from you, everything that you're doing. I mean, you're a jack of all trades, but you have a work ethic that is amazing, because you're constantly working. You're doing something, you're hustling and you're getting through it, and you could now line that up and see where you got that from.
Building. It's always about building. People would say grind, and people would say, I was like, to me, it was always build. Like build. You're always like building wealth. You're always building a stream. You're always building a path. You're like, all these things. Like even when I remember one time I was in the ravine and I damn near thought I was going to die, and I had to literally pull these weeds and things and crawl. Like it probably ain't shit to what y'all ever had to do, but for me, that shit was intense. Like I got to the top and I was like bleeding and cut up, but I was like, I had to pave the way. I had to pull. That was a grind, because you're weathering away, you're tearing away at yourself. Like you ever hear somebody say I was grinding, you're like, ooh, and they always have that pause of, ugh. But you hear someone like Bill Gates, the motherfucker say some, I'm building, or something that's makes you think out there, and you're like, damn, that's nice. That must be, that sounds refreshing. I could do that. That smells like lemon spring sunshine over there. His voice, my voice changed. I'm like, damn, that does sound. I can smell it. I can smell the vanilla from here. It smells great.
It's no longer a grind, and it's like a drudge. You're like, I'm grinding it.
Your mindset is so
something.
Big. So big. So that this part right here, that's why I'm so big on what I listen to, who I talk to. Like I don't share my goals, my dreams. You'll see my successes, and maybe you might hear about my failures, but I'm not gonna share it. Like that's like handing my naked child to you. I'm not gonna hand that to anybody. The only person I'm gonna hand a naked child to is the other person I had the child with, most likely, or someone licensed or who's in a position to help my child if I need to do so. But I'm not just gonna hand, like the last time I did that shit, somebody told me, hey, you want Idris Elba's seconds? Don't you think that'd be a great career? It's like, no. I was like, I wish a motherfucker would tell me, hey man, Idris did all he all up in it. And then he said, here, you can have it. No, I don't want that. You better present that a different way, man. Yeah, you got this. What you want to do, go do that. What's your goal? Oh, to be the best you can be? Bet, let's go do that. Do you want to do it on screen? Great, let's go do that. But no, motherfucker tell me like, isn't it great to get someone sloppy seconds? No, not really. That's why I never did trains. I never was the guy, like I never did all that. Hey man, you want to go next? No. I go first. In life. I'm not gonna go behind nobody. Damn that. You ain't gonna be like, whoo, man. You should go have that opportunity, bro. It's fire. No, you ain't gonna be sweating. Nah, hell no. That's why I don't like photos off Instagram. How many people to sweat it or I don't want you gotta show me something that's custom to me. I don't even want, otherwise I don't even want it.
So oh man. Gotta clear my throat. Damn,
you want water.
My freaking hair. Sorry.
You were hilarious with hair.
Because it's just like I'm like, what happened today? I don't know what.
Looking like a character from
what does it normally look like? Is there a huge?
Not like,
it's not a huge difference.
It's
not.
Crap. Now
I feel some way about my hair too. I had to cut it for this thing. I feel.
I did not want to be like this for all day. That's why I went and put a hat on.
You want to traumatize yourself? Be like,
I had that Scott. I'm having that Scott Pilgrim moment. What's wrong with my hair?
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
cover it up.
that's yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie. I think you're okay, bro. I don't normally
Oh, I
help a
appreciate it.
man talk about his hair, but I feel like we're in a safe space, and I want you to know that it's aerodynamic. It's good. It's,
I told him tomorrow morning he could just glue it on different. It'll look all right.
oh, see, oh wow, see, that's all in the glue, man. Hey, you can't always use Elmer's. You can't.
Oh my
Tried.
god.
I've tried.
Oh.
Listen,
Yeah. No, Gene, you look amazing. I mean,
thank you. Shout out to Mike. He helped. Yeah, dude, man.
so growing up in a comic book store,
Yes.
growing up with all these movies that
Mhm.
you've done, that you've watched, and then you've now done your own stuff.
Mhm.
What is it that you right now are geeking out on yourself? Like comic book movie, what is it that you are watching or reading that you're like, I'm all into this. I want to tell everybody about it.
That I'm in.
Oh no,
Or
no,
just-
like what
or
you're
that I'm
like into, like
Yeah,
you're
what-
watching or you're reading.
Oh, like right now, Fallout. I've watched Fallout at least.
hell yeah.
No, like I've binge watched it at least 10 times in a
Oh,
row.
shit.
Like, because there are so many good like acting moments, and then just story between like that. I really like their relationship, and I was because at first I didn't really like the guy playing Maximus. I was like, man, he just seems so this and that, and I was like, wait a minute, it's only because you never heard a man sound that vulnerable on screen. You're used to hearing a deeper voice. You're used to seeing a deep, a harder life lived. But like he went through some stuff, and I was like, no. I started identifying with that, and then like to seeing how her relationship was to being so vulnerable and focused on one thing, and it showed a whole other thing. And I'm not trying to spoil it for nobody, but I watched it so much where like if you're two things, if you're a creative, if you're an actor, or if you're a cinematographer, director, that's something you should watch. Like it's well paced, like the way it starts to the way it ends, and everything between. Like you care about the relationships, and you don't feel like someone's doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like you can actually just enjoy it. Like I was like, huh. I go make my food. I go to my notes. I had an audition for like some things, and I was like, I was pulling from the show because it was so good to see it in that, like just the choices. I was just like, yeah. So Fallout is a huge one. I'm back on Hero Academia again. I'm glad that it's back. They did way too many recaps for me. That was way too many. I'm like, they playing my emotions. I almost said, let me just continue with the manga. Let me just focus on that. But not Demon Slayer, Hell's Paradise.
I haven't watched it yet.
That's crazy.
Really?
Shout out to my boy Cozy for that one. He put me on a good one. That's a good one. Zero solo leveling I like it, but I think because I read a lot of the book, I feel like the book that I read, because it's gonna get better further on. Like next season, it's gonna hopefully pick up. Books I'm reading, Extreme Ownership. That's a Guy Fernandez. Thanks for putting me on that. That's been a great book especially with now, just being about how to be a leader and taking the ownership for stuff. And even if it goes down the pipeline, like that's on me. And like if I didn't communicate it right or whatever, let me figure that out. That's on me. I'm working on a few projects of my own. So that's kind of been working in tandem with looking at Fallout, watching certain anime. Let's see. I'm looking forward to see that Wolverine and Deadpool. I'm kind of excited to see what that's going to look like. So
hell yeah.
So how did you get started with your line that you're trying to put out there, the clothing line?
You know what? I was always creating stuff. Like I was doing like cool stuff for like other people, shooting stuff. And again, it was just one of those things where my parents, their words just kept resonating. Like certain words my father used to say when I was a kid annoyed the hell out of me. But like rise and shine. I used to hate hearing rise and shine. But to hear it now, and like it held different weight. My mother, when she would say, like I was trying to watch the Lakers the first time she put me on to the Lakers. And then watching it as a kid, and then she says, how long are you going to watch someone else live out their dreams before you live out your own? And then go play. So then, shit, you hear stuff like that and you're like, okay. And then after the lockdown, and then you start thinking about your purpose where you can't go places. Luckily, I was blessed where I could still work on films. Like, I think I got to work and ride on a horse on On The Harder They Fall. So, and that director, like, to see him not only have written, but he had such an influence on the music and the choices in the film. And it just made me think about myself, like a lot of the stuff that I'm capable of doing, and just starting to put it out. And then I was like, I love comics. I love art. So I got with someone, I can't remember his actual handle, but he helped design, like, once I took a picture of this, I was sitting in the living room and during the lockdown, and I had just a panda head on. And I was just like, what creatively can I do in here? How can I challenge myself? And so that transpired to this guy here. That's actually me. And I did a photo shoot with one of my friends, and she did an amazing job. Like, it was all just synergy. Everything was just so cool, and right on time. We had rented the space, and they had a panda head. I was like, yo, we should do a shoot with the panda head. And she was like, yeah. And then she had like put on this outfit, and then she just did it, and it worked. And I was like, yo, that should be on a shirt. And then before I knew it, it was like an organic thing. I was like, I can do that. I can make posts. I can do things. I can be creative. So let's do that. And then I found a site and a bonfire, thanks to my friends. Like, that's another thing too. Like, if you have good friends that have good information, you have an idea, and it just so happens, like, you're blessed to speak on it, and someone says, hey, I can help you with that. Oh, I know someone who does this, or this is what I would do. And I think that's the cool thing with the whole, being able to look shit up, that helped, and so it was just like all this synergy and just all this gas, all this fuel to just go ahead and put something together, to go create, go be your artist, whatever the fuck that is. And I was like, so I started caring more about the pictures I was taking. I started caring more about, how I was creating stuff. And then so that just, started putting it together, and it just happens. So, yeah.
Nice. I mean, it's seriously a cool picture. I mean,
Thank you.
It stood out. Like, as soon as we saw you jump on, I was like, man, that is a fly shirt. Like,
thank you. Yeah, man.
Everywhere,
Yeah, man. I'm gonna definitely make sure you guys get some. Just tag me and tag the store and stuff. Yeah, man. I'll make sure I get it.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna put this out there now, Gene. You got a crazy voice, bro. If they ever do a DMX biopic, you better be in there trying to get that part, man. Like DMX quality to your voice, like,
yo, that's crazy.
Right now, I want to hear it.
That's crazy. You know what's funny? When my brother first started acting, I think we both pulled from DMX in different ways, because you could see it in his choices. And then in the dark, and I know what it is. And then when I'm dark, because I know all my kids. Yeah, like, where my dog's at. So it was like we would do impersonations and shit. So it was like some of that cadence, definitely, I could thank you. I can see that. Like,
and it's not just the cadence though. You got this gravel, you've got this like tone to you, and it's very DMX. Like, I'm a hip hop head. I grew up breakdancing, writing. I did graffiti. I did all kinds of craziness. That's why when I mentioned the montage earlier, like breaking is instilled in my head, man. I watched what's the other one? Beach Street. Beach Street.
Yeah.
I watch those movies like once every couple years because I got them on DVD.
Okay. Oh wow. Still, yeah. Damn.
I
DVD. Not. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta blow them things out and then shine the CD up, make sure it's
good. Throw a little spit on it and pause.
Where's my TV that has the RCA jacks? You know what I mean?
Oh wow, that's crazy. They don't even make.
He wants to get the full effect of back in the day.
My kids are always laughing at me because they're like, "Oh, Dad, we want to play your old Nintendo games, but we need a CCTV so we can get the real quality." I'm like, "Get out of here! Like, go plug it up to that HD TV I just bought you."
That's hilarious. But do you ever notice, like, looking at the TVs, or maybe it's just me, but I feel like the quality on the TVs are so good. They don't look normal. They look like plays. They look like it doesn't look normal to me. I'm like, what am I looking at?
I don't like the 40K or the 4K. The 4K. I don't like 4K. I really don't. I
It
want,
looks fake.
I want the
Yeah,
grittiness
yeah. Okay, I'm
old
not the only
film.
one.
Yeah, no, I want the 24 frames per second. That's what I want to see because
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Yes, that's what we grew up with, but still, it makes me feel like there's a movie. The other
Right.
stuff looks like I'm looking through a window, and it's just like I feel like I'm taken out of it.
You don't want to be like
Yeah.
on the cruise, like, oh, look at the window, and then sit in front of the window, like on the cruise movie. Come on, man.
No, man,
You're witnessing life in front of you.
I want to
Yeah, you-
see something fake. That's
Better
what
wait.
I'm paying for. Oh man, but so we have our segment, and we've been going for a while with you, which is awesome. And most of our guests are like, we'll give you like 40 minutes or 30 minutes, but we've been going for a while. But we want to do this segment because I mean, you being into these movies also like us, we are going to do what we call This Week in Geek History. So really quick, we're going to drop into that segment real quick and all right. So the way it works is we look back on things that were, this week, whether it was 80s or 90s, whatever it is, but it happened this week. And we're starting off with Bloodsport, premiered in 1988.
Okay.
You've seen this one, right? Please
Yes.
tell me you've seen it. Okay.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Because, I mean, if you
Yeah, I've
hadn't
seen
seen it, I was going to be like, oh my gosh, that's.
No, like my father loved. Yeah, my father loved him some Van Damme. Yeah, he was playing Van Damme. Yeah, I remember.
This guy, and this is Van Damme at his peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was, I mean, prior to this, he played in,
Bloodsport. Kickboxer.
Kickboxer, which had that very disturbing montage with his brother.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't remember that one.
Go back, watch Kickboxer,
Oh my gosh.
and
Okay.
him and his brother are like touring Thailand because he's there for a fight. But
Okay.
it looks like
Wait,
they're a couple.
what's it called again?
Kickboxer.
Okay. Wait, is that the one where he's kicking a tree?
Yes, the bamboo tree. Yeah.
Okay, and his brother gets paralyzed by Tom Poe or something like that?
Yes.
So if you
Okay.
watch the beginning of that movie, they look like they're on a date, and he's like buying his brother flowers, and like it's disturbing, man. It's fun. That's
He's
hilarious.
wearing a jean like sleeveless vest,
That's funny.
and he's got no shirt on, and it's just.
I was just
Oh
talking
my
about this movie. I was literally just because I said Van Damme is the only guy that he'll do a movie where he's like got to learn a martial art, but the only way he gets it is after he has sex with the master's daughter. Once that happens, somehow he is able to achieve the martial art autonomy of whatever. When Tom was like, "Your girl good for," he's like, "Ah!" Like he was mad that he didn't know that set him off. That was it. That was
it. That's all he needed. That was the spark that kicked
and his
off.
brother at that point.
Yep. So, quick trivia on this: Jean-Claude Van Damme accidentally knocked out Bernard Moreno unconscious during the film. He literally, that's the dude with I believe it's the full goatee that he came in like this.
Oh yeah. Doing the
Oh
kickboxer.
yeah.
Kickboxer. So he accidentally straight knocked him out. That's
like a kick or a punch.
It was a kick.
Okay.
He just
Was it
lights
the
out.
roundhouse that got replayed 9 times and then
I think
boom, it hit?
Yeah, probably within the ninth
Damn.
time he knocked him out. That was it.
Too much momentum.
That's the hundred. Hey, just happen.
Hey, but this was the movie where we also got him going when he got that stuff blown, and we get the. Oh, that was such a great face.
Yeah. This movie's amazing.
Gene's trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember. I remember the parts where he did the dance and the splits.
Oh my god, that
Oh,
dance
yeah,
is
that was-
horrible.
That shit. Yeah. Because I was always big into the music part. And then that's how I remember it. But yes.
Oh,
Yeah, if you haven't
don't
seen this
remember
movie in a
the
while, go back and watch it, man. This
Yeah.
thing,
I'm gonna
this
have
is
to, I'm gonna have to go back and look at the notes now because y'all saying stuff. I'm like,
dude,
and I don't want to lie. I don't want to be like, yeah. Oh no, I'm being real. I don't.
this movie was amazing. That's where we also get the "Okay USA."
But it's also one of the first times you see what's his name from Revenge of the
Ogre.
Nerds? Ogre.
Ogre. Yeah. I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember.
So-
he's in this movie too.
I remember that.
So-
Now that I remember that. Yeah, there we go. I knew
where
I
he
could join.
crushes the can, he breaks the brick, but
Yep.
they're like, you didn't break it, and he's like, he breaks it on his head.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to. Do we try that at least one? I think we might have came close to trying, and I was like, nope. It just tried my hand first. I was like, no, that's not. Nope.
I ain't gonna do that.
It ain't worth it. Just ain't
Nope.
worth it.
I still got
All
my
right.
hands.
Next, we've got Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, released in 1997.
This aged so well.
Well, you know, to be honest, it really hasn't. I feel like it's timeless almost.
No, I was so being sarcastic. No, man, I'm looking
Oh.
at it and hold his nipples with fur. No, it's just,
Yeah.
I'm traumatized. No, I'm not even hungry anymore. I'm not even gonna eat. No, I'm cool. I'm gonna probably have a smoothie now because I don't think I want none with meat, taco, nothing. That's
Don't put kiwis in there because they furry too.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, man, it's all fur, man. It's like, yeah, whoever picked this picture? Trauma.
I did. I had to throw it in. It's the
Yeah,
best
it's your scene, huh?
Bro, you're
Mhm.
talking to a dude who found a picture of Burt Reynolds laying down, no shirt on, furry, and he photoshopped his own face on it.
I see. So you have fur envy. Okay.
a little bit. I mean, that
You wanna be a furry.
70s, the 60s, 70s, just
What did they say
I
in
don't know.
Step Brothers? The fucking
the,
chest pubes,
the
to
chest
ball
fuse
throw.
to the
You
ball.
you want to be a Sasquatch. You want to be a Wendigo. Gotcha.
Dude,
Well, I mean, I grew up in that time where that's where dudes, they'd unbutton their shirt and button down to here, and that was what was popping
all
out.
that
Just
ground beef would just
yeah.
hang out.
Ah,
Fur. You're just
damn.
like- and that's how
That's
they said that's manly. I mean,
disgusting. Shout out to the women that had to do that. Woo!
oh, but the thing is that the women matched what the dudes are doing, just not.
Wait,
It was just
look
down
at
below.
that. Hairy chest too?
Oh God, no! Actually,
I was like, oh, okay. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. What women you talking to, bro?
there was a girl in the past that
He's from the circus.
I was like, oh my God, what's going on?
Hey, right. There's always one. That's what I love about school. It always lets you show there's always at least one. You're gonna see at least one. I saw a girl with a mustache and a goatee. I knew, okay, there's a possibility that I'm gonna see that. She gonna braid it and make it her own, and it's fine.
She got that Dub C freaking.
She gonna work it out. She gonna have a business braiding. She gonna be a master braider because she done did this since elementary.
There was this one chick who super cute, and then all of a sudden, this was back in high school, she bent over and it looked like freaking Sasquatch hand was coming out of her pants because it was just fur on her lower back.
She was
Like,
a Saiyan. That
I
was,
was
her,
like-
she was a Saiyan, bro. That was her tail tucked in. All right.
Damn, not a saying. Like see, that would work for her now. That probably wouldn't work for her back then. Like what the now?
Yeah. That was my reaction. Was like, God damn! All right, and I was like, oh, I gotta go.
But you say all right, like all right. Well, I guess what? How?
Oh no, it was. I just had to go. I was not going after.
Hey, man. Even furry people need love. I'm not gonna. Hey, whatever furry love. That's we all need love. We all need love.
One love.
One love.
Right? Something like it
But-
furry, something like it.
With this movie, the film spans from 1967 to 1997 and was shot in California and in Nevada. You had to have seen Austin Powers.
No.
Oh my gosh, you got to go. This is despite
If
that.
this is what I got to look forward to. I see what. No, I'm not about to.
I think you see that. You see that maybe twice in the whole movie.
Yeah,
But
Oh,
the
okay.
character that Mike Myers plays in this movie, he's
Okay.
freaking hilarious, man.
he's so funny.
He's like 007 if 007 was an idiot who likes having sex
Oh.
with women. And
Okay.
like he's
Okay.
chasing these women and none of them are having it. But
Oh.
somehow he still ends up bagging them later on. Like it's just hilarious. It's
it's a great
hilarious the way it
film.
happens, man.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
like this is like one of those like goofy, like over the
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
Okay, got
Yeah.
you.
You
Like
gotta
Undercover
check it out.
Brother and all. Okay, got you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And well, this is what spawned a lot of those like Undercover
Okay.
Brother and a lot of those other movies that came
Like
out.
Pootie Tang.
Yeah, Pootie Tang was another one. So this is what started.
I did not watch Pootie Tang. Nope. The name alone kept me.
I
from
didn't
watching.
watch that shit either.
And
but
that's
it
all that
did.
motherfucker with a belt. I was like, yo, Chris, really? What we doing? Really? Really? Water towel, get the fuck man. Nah.
Yeah, but
I
I
gotta
mean,
go to school with these people, man. Water towel, Gene. Water towel, water tay. Like, no. Did your dad whip you with a belt? At least I know my dad, motherfucker. Like, I had that thing. No, Dave Chappelle made it hard for me, man. No, I hated shit like that. The fucking purple drink. And I like purple drink. That was the fucked up part. I liked it. I was conditioned to like purple drink, and he was right. So Pootie Tang, can you spell that? I'm like, no, get the fuck on. I got your Pootie Tang. So yes, I'm sorry that triggered me.
Sorry, we didn't mean to trigger you. Let's bring.
All good. It's all good, man. Someone got to say it. Someone got to say it. Man, Pootie Tang.
All right, we're moving on before we trigger Gene some more. Next, we've got obviously Iron Man. Iron Man premiered. Yes, Iron Man premiered this week in 2000. I messed up the date.
Yeah, that was not
2009. 2009 was the actual 9.
Oh, yeah. I was like, you know what? I'd have believed you till you said it. Now I know.
Well, when the moment I looked up, I was like, no, we were in Cuba during that time. We did not see this movie.
Nah.
Damn.
Well, 2019 was when the
Avengers
movie wrapped because it was 10 years later.
Infinity Wars or Endgames.
Yeah, Endgame
came out in 2019.
That's so good. They really did end the games. They really did, man.
Oh yeah. But it was an amazing end to it. Even though they continued on with the universe, it was like that movie. Everything up to that point was just great.
Gold,
it was
man.
Great movies. This was it started off the whole thing for them, and I mean, this I don't even know. I mean, I've watched this thing so many times.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a phenomenal one. Yeah, it's crazy how because I remember when we had the comic book store, I didn't read the Avengers, Iron Man. It was like a lot of the X titles, Wolverine, and Spider-Man, and Spawn and whatnot. So it was in Turtles but to see the movies, they were so good. I was like, I had to go back and look at the book. I was like, Iron Man, like it was so good. Like I was like, oh, and then Avengers and all of them were surprisingly good. I was like, damn, like I had sunk my teeth into, and I was like, I'm gonna one day be on that one, and then to be on some of those, I was like, yeah. Which I saw you were in. Was it Wakanda Forever? Yep, Wakanda Forever. Yeah, you were one of the warriors. Which Jabari. You look big. Man. Everybody, I see why they had it. I love how they had it in sections. Like the Jabari was like the power. They were the big motherfuckers, and the other ones were like based on their size, and it all made sense. You could tell by the colors and everything. I was like, so but to be a Jabari, it was a very passionate, very driven, like from the dancing to the just being just unified and all of those things, and being like the strong force. Like that was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed that. I mean, seeing and. So to go back to what you were saying, like you had to go back and read the comic books as far as Iron Man, Avengers. It was so Marvel basically took, and I don't want to put it, I'm going to put it this way, took their trash because these characters, they were good characters, but they weren't like the top billers like Spider-Man and Wolverine and all the X-Men. Right. And then they created this and took that and cinematic gold after that. Yeah. Shout out to Jon Favreau for that, because when I worked with him on Mando, like the way season 1 and 2, like he let other people direct and do their thing, but he was very influential. Like when he was talking to just like, and he treated it like if you were on the movie on a set for Unforgiven, he's like, here's the cowboy scene, and this is where we're gonna get together and have the conversation around the fire. And so it was like, just have that in mind. And so like when he was talking to the other directors and giving input and helping, like his knowledge for love for movies, I could see why he did such an amazing job with Iron Man. Like it was, just to have that experience in conversation with him, someone like that. Yeah, it was great.
But to go back to what you were saying about the trash, right? The reason they made these movies with the trash is because everyone else was licensed out at the time. Blade was licensed out, X-Men was licensed out,
Yep.
Fox, Sony.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
all have control of that stuff.
So
Yeah.
they had to, like, what do we got left? How can we move forward?
Yeah.
And I mean, for you, it was Iron Man made you go back and read the things. For me, it was the 1990s cartoon that came out like right after Spider-Man and X-Men.
The Mighty Avengers.
No, the Iron Man cartoon.
Oh,
There was. Yeah.
That's what made me go back and be like, damn, I gotta read this motherfucker up.
Yeah. I always felt like DC had the animation to unlock a little more.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
they did.
I always felt like when it came to their stories, I always felt like DC had, like, if DC could have had their animation like the movies, like then they would really have been like, but their movies and Marvel's movies, they took their trash and made gold. They really did, like titles that you were like, what? How? Do a Hail Mary.
And then not only did they revamp these trash characters, but it brought Robert Downey Jr. back to life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, huge one.
Yep.
Redemption story at its best.
But I think he said he did. Was it this movie and Tropic Thunder at the same time, or was it Avengers?
Yeah, it was. I think it was Tropic Thunder, and he killed that too. I liked it all the way up until the part where he took his makeup. As soon as he took his makeup off, I was done. I stopped the show.
Bro, I swear, one of my favorite lines is like, "I'm just a dude playing another dude, pretending to be another man." Like,
yeah. What you mean, you people? You don't know? You don't like that shit.
Oh, I had that actual patch that had that saying with his face on it on one of my bags.
Yeah.
So that was a great movie. But with this movie, so another small bit of trivia. So much of the dialogue was ad-libbed, and it was Marvel's first self-financed film, and it earned 2 Academy Awards nominations.
Damn.
2 Academy Award nominations. There we go. That's better.
Not bad.
Yeah. Didn't even know that.
Sure.
I mean, for it being mostly ad-lib, I mean that's showing the talent that Robert Downey Jr. has.
Mm-hmm.
That he's able to do what he just did in that movie.
You know what? When you to do ad-libbing like that, like you really submerge yourself in, like, that really seemed like it was him. The way he, like, when you watch his interviews, like, that was him. Like, that I could see, like, there's just certain things that are made for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think even the way he talked about it, like, no one else is going to get that but him.
Yeah. There's certain people that, like you said, that it was made for them.
Yeah,
Tony,
like you can't see. Yeah,
RDJ is Tony Stark.
Yeah,
and,
like you can't. No one. I can't see anybody's playing him. It's like Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine.
Yeah.
I beg to differ, but
who do you think could play Wolverine? I'm curious.
I mean, like, to kill the role, he did a great job. Hugh Jackman is an amazing Wolverine. No, I'm not taking that away from him, but he's not comic accurate. Where you know what I mean? Where you take RDJ and it's like you pulled Tony Stark off the page and said, "Here you are, you're alive." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's as real as it gets.
True, but also
Ryan Reynolds, he is Deadpool. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and I think with Wolverine also, like, when you add in factors like, well, one, his height. If you take in, like, the essence of a true Wolverine, like, who you would have to damn near either CG him or you know what I'm saying, to really fun. It's like almost like doing Dragon Ball Z characters. You really can't do them justice because no one physically fits that. Where you're gonna be like, oh.
But it's not just the height thing. I mean, there's certain things that they pulled from the character that make Wolverine who he is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's little, but that's what makes him cool because he's like, you know what, Cyclops, man, fuck you. Like, I'm little, but I almost got your girl.
I'm gonna take your girl.
You know what I mean?
I feel
but he's also a stinky motherfucker. Like, if you read the comic books, they always talk shit about how he smells. You know what I mean? He's got that natural musk to him.
Yeah, he's an animal.
And it's part of the thing that makes him angry at the team all the time because he's always like, man, fuck y'all. I don't like you motherfuckers, but I'll fight for you.
Details.
And then he goes back to being like, man, fuck y'all, I hate you.
Details.
So
like,
I want what brings him to life, what makes him him.
I see.
But Hugh Jackman does an amazing job. Is he too tall? Is he not Canadian? Yeah, but what is Canadian? You know what I mean? Shit, I could be Canadian, but yeah, it was just really good. He did a good job. He's just not. They always say, like, there's always been 10 Batmans, but only one Wolverine. Well, yeah,
True.
but we haven't needed to recast yet.
Sure,
So-
right. That
Yeah,
and I
I'm
do
not
find
taking
that
it away
interesting.
from you.
I do find that interesting.
Okay, which this leads into our next one, which we'll end with this one, which is X-Men Wolverine. X-Men Origins Wolverine premiered, and this premiered in 2000. It's 2009 also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2009.
So
I was very excited for this movie when it came out because I had just read the X-Men Origins comic book. I was excited because I was like, oh man, that comic book was cool. It ruined my favorite part of Wolverine was not knowing his backstory because we got so many cool stories in the comic books because they could do whatever the hell they wanted and be like, oh, he just forgot about it. Don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah.
But now we have an actual timeline for him, and it's like, man, now we got to make shit fit into these
Right.
holes that you've established,
Right.
But he did a great job, and this movie just didn't. It just wasn't written well.
Not at all. Not at all. It was.
I mean, we got the first glimpse of a Gambit. That
Yep, wasn't
just-
bad.
I ain't gonna. I ain't like that. I ain't like his Gambit. I'm
No,
sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't like the Gambit, and then we've got Sabretooth, which this is the second incarnation of Sabretooth. Which, you know what? I like Sabretooth in the comic book.
Right.
But-
I've yet to see someone do a Sabretooth right in the movie.
Yeah. And
so I mean, to play on both of those, right? The first Sabretooth is based off of the
long-haired, and it was the
Ultimate X-Men.
Yeah.
That's what that Sabretooth is based off. This one, they kind of retconned his story because if you remember in the comics, it's like hinted at that Sabretooth is Wolverine's dad. That's why he calls him Runt, because it's his kid. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And that's why
okay.
he treats him horrible. But when X-Men Origins, the comic book came out, that's where they started saying like, nah, he's his brother. They were brothers. and Sabretooth was Victor Creed, right?
Mhm.
So
Right.
yeah, there's just little changes that changed a bunch
Yeah,
of the lore for me.
And I think then they ended up making it where they're not related at all. He just likes to torment him every year, and they just became rivals. So
Yep.
it's like, which story do you go with? But yeah, I haven't yet to see. It'd be nice to see like a live action Sabretooth. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
one
I
that
want-
finally fit the Sabretooth that we know from the comics and also even from the X-Men 97 cartoon.
Yep.
Which,
I haven't
wanna
watched the new 97. How is that?
well, I haven't watched the new episodes, but
Okay.
I'm thinking of like when it first originally came out, and we saw
Okay.
the Sabretooth then too, which was this
Yeah.
big dude and looked like the comic book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
smart. Smart.
X-Men
sinister.
97. I'm about 2 episodes in. It's really good. Like there's a
Okay.
lot going on, and they really are just continuing from the old X-Men cartoon.
Okay.
To include all the old voice actors. They all came back to do their old voices. But I've got a couple spoilers that I've read, and it kind of let me down. But it's a heavy storyline, man. If you're gonna watch it, be ready for a heavy story,
Okay.
which is
All right.
it's crazy because it's like a comic book on screen. Like there's just a lot
Yeah, I
of
see the art. Yeah, it kind of has that vibe still from the. I remember the in the beginning. So,
yeah, but the story itself has those like when you're reading a comic and you're like, oh damn, that was a sick ass fight scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're like, bro, this next part's heavy. Like why
Yeah,
why
like,
that person gotta die or
right.
why
Yeah, I
did
was
he
about to say somebody
live
must be
alone?
dying. Yeah.
Yeah. So just if you're gonna watch the show, be ready for some heavy like they carry that heavy undertone stuff over. So
Okay.
Yeah, you just ruined it for me.
it's
But
good, man.
I know, no, I got to see it. But this was also the first horrible incarnation of Deadpool.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Worst ever.
That
Worst.
was
Well, Weapon 20, whatever you want to call
whatever you want to call him, but I mean,
Worst-
come on.
worst ever.
Yeah.
It's like you took Baraka and made it into.
Yeah, but it was a great representation of Wade.
Yeah.
the beginning. Yeah, that part. was
Yeah.
great.
And then
Yeah.
you were hoping to see the red suit, and then you end up getting a mute with burned diamonds on his eyes, and
I thought he was the leftover from Clockwork Orange.
Hey, hey, my man, look, he had everything. He had every game, every idea. Hey, he could do what he could do, like Cyclops. He could do the heat vision. He had Baraka's things. He just couldn't talk.
It just it made no sense. That was like such a letdown to see that.
Yeah.
It was just like, all right, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, they threw a Will I Am in there. That said a lot. They said, hey, Will, you want to come in? It's gonna make you a character randomly.
And I don't even remember what was his power.
I think it was teleporting.
Yeah, he was like Blink. He could like.
Oh,
yeah,
he could
yeah.
too. Like to dodge. Like if you threw something at him, he could go kind of like invisible, and it would go through him.
I gotta rewatch.
Which is why when Sabretooth catches him, he predicts that he's gonna go like invisible, and then he grabs him by the spine.
That's how he's there to grab his spleen or some shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like I need to go back to watch this movie, but then again, I don't really want to put myself through this movie again.
Some things are just left, you know. You don't need to go back.
Yeah,
present forward.
And I'm known for one of those. I'm one of those guys that'll watch anything. Like Tubi is where I live. Cult classic movies on there is where I just stay, and I'm just watching all the. I don't care what it is. I'll watch it.
I'm glad that they found someone who will watch Tubi like that. Make sure you watch Get the Girl. Then if you go.
When your brother said, "Oh yeah, you know he's on my movies on Tubi," I was all like, "I love Tubi." I said I'm gonna watch it. And the next day I watched it. I was sitting in my bunk and I'm like,
there you go.
All right. And I told Chris, I was like, hey man, we got to get together and we got to shoot some sort of like action cool scene because the moves that he has, I'm like, all right. And now that I know, you know, both you guys can do stuff, like we should do something where we do like an action thing and it'd be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Like that's that. I mean, I can say that much. Like we didn't waste no time in this business. Like even though I was off doing music and whatnot, he stayed here and started working with some of the best who are now in the business in his choreo and I mean everything. Like he's really good. Like he's a dangerous white belt. He's a dangerous white belt. He has no like official, but he's so efficient. Like he'll get you. Like sleep on him if you want to. Like he's dangerous. So yeah, it'll be fun.
All right. Well, that is it. Well, actually, trivia for this one is this movie, even as bad as we just all three of us said, grossed $373 million globally.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't good, but it had enough hype that people wanted to watch it.
Right. It's still they're still going off.
It was successful that we got the First Class movies.
Yeah, we did get the First Class movies out of this.
Yeah, First Class was great. I like First Class.
Yeah, those were good. Yeah,
I like First Class. That was good.
Now we're talking
the Wolverine. That was great.
Which
comparatively?
Yes, I like Logan too. It broke my heart at the end.
I hated it.
That was the only thing. I wish we could have got one rated R before that, because then I probably would have enjoyed it that much more.
Yeah.
That was that. I wish they could have went rated R before that.
That was a great movie. But
that's why the Deadpool and Wolverine, like, because you're gonna get that what you would have got before he died. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So
I'm excited.
Well, that was this week. So from martial arts prowess of blood sport to the comedic spy. I got to do this really big because I didn't write this. The devil wrote this for me. But the comedic.
You say AI? What'd you say?
AI. Yeah, the AI wrote it for him. He calls it the devil.
Oh, okay. I was like, you don't get hot? Like, well,
no, well, I mean, shoot, everyone's using AI, so I might as well let it do this thing too.
Hey,
we got it.
You ever seen the movie Invincibles? You ever seen the Invincibles?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember when Syndrome said, "I'm going to give everyone weapons, so no one's super, make everyone super, so no one is"?
Yeah.
That's what AI is. It's making everyone super. I mean, you don't even have to be good. You just got to put it in. You just got to have an idea. You just got to be like, I'll push the button.
I only do it for this. Okay.
Hey, I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying, hey.
What?
Hey. Someone had to type it.
The great thing is that I use this so it just structures it.
Mhm.
and I take everything and I just put it in it. But it does write out these cool little monologues. Like last week, it was a great monologue. I
Mhm.
practiced it. I was really excited. I was like, man, this is actually really good. And then I blew it. And then I'm like, all right, well, I just blew the best one that we've had so far. It happens.
At least you tried. You didn't
Yeah,
blow it and
exactly.
try.
Yeah.
He's like Syndrome monologuing.
Oh man, you caught me monologuing.
That's him.
But all right, we're gonna take it out anyways. I'm not even gonna read my AI stuff. So we're out of it.
The AI did all that hard work. You're not even gonna read it. That's
all right. Yeah, because I don't want it to wake
humans.
me up in the middle of the night and try to strangle me with a electrical cord or something. Because we don't know what AI is gonna be doing now.
It's gonna be updating.
Hey,
Like,
Skynet's out there for real.
Hey,
I better not even say that because
hey,
I don't know.
it's an interesting time we're in. That's all.
Yeah, it is. But from Bloodsport to the comedic spy adventure of Austin Powers, and now I've lost my rhythm, and the superhero origins of Iron Man and X-Men Origins Wolverine. This week's Geek History is packed with action and heroism. And that's it for and there we go.
That was beautiful.
So thank you, Gene. I again, if you need us, and I could do monologues all day long for your movies, and we're there.
If you want to make a movie that's gonna fail, hire him.
Damn. You always got to keep that one real friend. Hey,
I gotta keep it real, man.
Hey, man, I'm just letting you know.
I appreciate it. He keeps me humble. Keeps me
humble.
at that level where I got to be.
Yeah,
if I get too big,
I'm not saying he can't do it. I would never tell him that, but I'm just telling him to be ready for failure. You can do it. You can fail successfully.
You like a mamba, but you like a little snake in training. But you're gonna keep on slithering. You're gonna get there.
You're gonna
it's gonna work.
Just like the Army told us, we fail up.
Yeah,
we don't fail down.
Hey, I heard that. I've actually rolled up some stairs before, so I resonate with you. That's actually happened to me. I didn't think that. I was like, what the? Okay. Until people saw it, it happened. I'll never forget it. In Kennewa, in Okemos.
Oh my god!
I had lunch. I don't know how I did that shit. It was I knew.
Gene, oh my god, it's been awesome having you on. We've got to call it a night because otherwise we probably can go on all night listening to everything, all your stories. Because hearing you reminisce on all you growing up and everything, it's just like, I could sit here. Listen, I can listen to DMX all day.
Hey, I got love for my brothers. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this. Let's keep on listening.
But let our viewers and our listeners know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram, Gene_Freeman. That's where you can find me the most. Anywhere else is gonna be on TV sooner than later.
So, do you have any projects right now that you want to plug that you just put out or what you've done?
So the Big Bro, that's this line right here, and it's on misfit.com. I'll send y'all that. But yes, as you can see, I was not ready for that one, but I'm going to set tomorrow. That's what I was looking at the time. I was like, okay.
Shoot, yeah.
It's all good. So besides that, I mean, everything that you want to know will be on my Instagram _Gene_Freeman or Action Crafty. That's another one. You can check out that one. And then Big Bro, BIGBRO out loud. There we go. It's hard work doing all these plugs, man. It's good. It's good. That means I'm working. That means I'm cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
keep the engine moving, man.
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's a blessing. Like you said, you can't put a beast in the box. So I'm just out here getting crafty, being blessed, and just trying to keep moving forward and being the best person I could be, better than I was yesterday. So yeah,
sweet.
That's it.
Hey man, it was a pleasure. Like seriously,
Thank you.
I don't think I've laughed as hard as we laughed in this
Hey,
episode. I mean, I was tearing up. I was like, oh my God, this is
thank you.
amazing. You're awesome. That's
Thank you,
all I
brother.
have to say.
So, same to you, gentlemen. Yes, let's definitely stay in touch. I'll get you guys some shirts, some merch, and that way y'all can plug it because you do way better plugs with you. I heard you earlier with all the brands. He went down the line. I was like, damn, I'm over here in the waiting room. Like, this guy, I might get me a drink. I wasn't even there.
It took close to 50 episodes to finally get into that rhythm.
Hey, keep rhythming.
Oh yeah.
I keep telling him, man, podcasting is a marathon. It ain't a race. We ain't trying to sprint to the end. We're just trying to make it.
Hey, there you go. Like you said, you got it in. Keep it up. Pause. You know.
Well,
hey, you ain't gonna catch me slipping. Nope.
Gene, if you want to just hold on, we're gonna put you back in the green room for just 2-3 minutes as we close out because we definitely want to keep talking really quick. But guys, find this man on Instagram. Check him out. Check out his IMDb. Go out there and watch his stuff. And again, his line of clothes. Look at that thing. That thing is freaking. I love that panda.
And then if someone can get a hold of IMDb and write comedian on there as part of his.
Hey, you never know. Y'all putting the battery in my pack. I might have to do it.
Man. Again, if you want, you need people just standing in the background. We'll be there too. Just laugh.
Hey, man, you're going to stand on the side. We're going to be right here. Hey, we're going to do it. If I call, you got to be there.
You got it. But all right, Gene, we will be right back with you. Guys, right. Gene Freeman, awesome. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, we're back. That was quick. I didn't size it down. All right. God.
He's failed.
I failed. All right. Anyways, guys, honestly, if you've been on for this whole time, thank you guys for watching us. And we want to thank again, huge shout out to Gene for coming on. And God, I think the last time we laughed this hard was with Tim and Stalls.
Yeah.
And it was because Tim and his freaking his lizard men.
His lizard men, man.
It's great. But guys, if you guys want to find us again, if you look at the bottom of the screen, right there it says IG, The Geek Saga, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all those places. It's all The Geek Saga. And if we come out with an OnlyFans, it will be The Geek Saga, but we probably won't. Just so you guys
please.
Know. It might. We never know. Fur. There we go. Chris, I want him to remember.
No, dude.
But check us out there. Also, remember, guys, I'm going to be, or the Geek Saga. Let's just put the Geek Saga is going to be at Golden Apple, and we're going to be there for the whole day, 11 to 5, doing free comic book day with those guys, and giving out comics, talking to other podcasters. Our set is at, oh my God, I think it was at 2:45, and we're going to go on 30 minutes, but everybody else gets 30 minutes too. But we will be interviewing you guys. We're going to be going around talking to people over at Pink's Hot Dogs because they're going to be part of the whole thing too. So, Melrose, Golden Apple, awesome comic book store. Go check that out. And is there anything I'm forgetting?
Yes. Big shout out to Project Wish Upon a Star. God, yes. Darren, Veronica, we love what you do. Everything you guys do is for the kids, for the heroes. So once again, go to our Instagram, hit them up, donate if you can. If you can't, it's all good, but get their name out there because what they do for these kids is amazing. Also, if you're listening from Golden Apple, Darren wants you guys to hit him up.
Yes.
I just want you to know that.
We'll talk about that later.
I think that's the last.
I think that's
last big shout out.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tim, thanks for everything. You're amazing.
Oh my God, Tim, I'm looking forward to my the 3D pop-up you're gonna do. If you guys get a chance to look him up, it is Tim. I want to plug him for this because he's an awesome dude. He's funny as hell. When we spent time with him at LA Comic Con, he is Tim SWW all together. Tim SWW. He makes 3D art where it's not like 3D printed, but he'll take a picture from comic books or whatever it is that you might talk to him about, and he'll make it into a 3D little, it's like a picture.
Kind of like it's almost like a diorama.
Yeah.
It's got like a wooden back, and then the character stands off the frame It's really cool.
It's awesome, man.
Go to his Instagram, check out some of his stuff. If you
Does
catch
awesome
Project Wish Upon a Star at a event, he's usually there with them, and he's always has a little space where he's selling his stuff. So check him out as well.
Yeah. So, all right, man. I mean, I think that's.
So as
Liquid Death.
always, go to our IG, go to our Facebook, hit us at the DMs if you have an idea you want us to shoot or you want us to talk about, or you know someone who would be a great guest on the show. Send them our way. We would love to have conversation. When we love geeking out with anybody who's willing to geek with us.
We missed freaking Mondo Video.
Because we weren't paying attention to the Insta.
Damn it, Mondo Video. We got to still get you on the show because I want to talk about your basement, your video store basement. Which, damn, dude. And then
we're gonna need more context to these sentences you keep
I know
spitting out.
Sorry, guys. And then Danny Romero. He is one of the Mandalorians that was in Mandalorian. We interviewed him at Chatsworth. What's up, buddy? He's out in Europe right now, getting ready for the Star Wars. There's a Star Wars convention that he's doing, and he'll be out there with Roy. Both you guys, Rory, Danny, you guys are awesome. All right. Now I've done that shout out. Okay, that's it. I promise.
So hit us up on the DMs, send us an email, whatever it is you want to get us to do. But as always, join us next week, Wednesday, 7:30 ish, when the saga continues.